Now remember this, because you guys are going to encounter this. You guys have already encountered this. So have I. Do not, under any circumstances, accept a bad situation. Do not. There's no reason in the world why, if a situation could be made to look better during preparations, why it's not done. Unless the bride, which this would never happen, just flat out said, no, I don't want to do it. I just can't see that happening. So if it's just a matter of a makeup artist kind of moving, as you can see here, you know, you have great light off to the left, bad light, and then great light off to the right. And guess where the bride is? It's always in the bad light, okay? She's facing into the room, which is underexposed. And this room is just so cluttered, right? And this was a huge house. And as you can see here, if you see the bride's face, she's not looking too happy at all. Because I had already discussed, just like I do with all my brides, I had already discussed with this bride all about natural light and how it was going to make her look and this and that. And actually, when I showed up to the house, the makeup artist wasn't even there yet. And the bride came running up to me and she said, Ray, I got this great room for makeup. And I said, okay, cool, let's check it out. And we went up there and it was gorgeous. I even, I had the chair positioned, ready to go. Next thing I know, I thought she was just doing the hair, and I came up to this makeup person and I said, hey, when you're done with her hair, can we move upstairs, to do the makeup? And guess what she said? She said, no, we're gonna do it right here. And I was like, but upstairs looks so much better, it's gonna make the bride look great, there's natural light. We already set everything up for you, all you have to do is physically just move up there. She said no. And that's what my bride was looking like the whole time. And my bride finally said, after about 60 seconds, she said, I really want to go upstairs now to the makeup artist. And about 10 seconds later, we all moved upstairs. So, but this was a very challenging situation because it was the first time I encountered a makeup artist that was just so dead against doing something so simple that was going to make the bride look so good in just moving upstairs. We were literally taking all her stuff up there. All she had to do was physically walk upstairs. But sometimes you're going to run into this situation. So then we end up in a great situation. We end up in a great room. And then you can see, now we can work. Now we can work. Now we have a beautiful bride again. Now we can see beautiful eyes. There's natural lights coming in. In studio audience, you're seeing stuff a little bit more saturated. But this imagery is unbelievable. If you can work in a situation like this, as opposed to a very cluttered living room where shots are underexposed and there's shadows and there's things that are really detracting from the bride's beauty, which you never want to do. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something right now. You guys may already know this. It doesn't matter how creative you are as a filmmaker or a cinematographer or a videographer. It doesn't matter how creative you are in the edit. It doesn't matter if you're the best storyteller in the world. It doesn't matter if you've mastered the art of time shifting. It doesn't matter if you've chosen the best soundtracks for your film. If the bride doesn't like the way she looks in the film, she's never going to want to watch it, which means we have failed. We have failed because we are very self-conscious. Every time we get tagged in a photo on Facebook, right? We go running there, not to appreciate the quality of the photo. We're like, oh God, what do I look like in this photo, right? So you can untag yourself and things like that. We're just very self-conscious. When you're watching a film, that first clip that comes up and you're in it, you're like, oh my God, how did I look? Did they get my good side? Did I look too heavy? Like right now, I'm on creativeLIVE and I don't know what I look like. I could look too fat or whatever. They may not be getting my good side, but I don't know and I'm concerned because I can't see it. But they'll let me know later on, and I have some friends that are watching this, some jokesters, and they'll let me know. They've probably already tweeted me. But back to my point, if a bride doesn't like the way she looks in the film, it's done at that point. And they've hired us because they trust us. And I tell brides, sometimes I come into the room, they haven't even started makeup. And depending on the bride, some brides are just beautiful as is. And then some brides, they may feel more comfortable if they had some makeup on first before you started shooting them and things like that. And I already know, because I know my brides. I know what looks good. And I tell them, I said, listen, trust me. I'm not going to use anything that's unflattering. So just relax, do your thing, and things like that. And sometimes you need to put them at ease, because sometimes they may go into shock. If they see in the room too early, they'll go into shock. They'll be like, oh my God, don't start filming, I'm not ready, oh my God, the film's gonna be horrible. So you gotta kind of like, hey, just relax. I'm gonna film other things. I'm gonna film details, I'm gonna film the dress, but I'm here just for the final touches and things like that.